Okay, guys, here's a house for $59,000. Single family house, no HOA, property taxes are around $600 a year. It's in Melbourne, Florida, which is on the central east coast of Florida. This is only 10 minutes away from the Atlantic Ocean and only 5 minutes away from downtown Melbourne. So, what are the pros? Extremely cheap. Single family, no HOA. What are the cons? The area is not that nice. The property is a little bit in ruin, but it's very small, so you can make it work. But it's an industrial area that isn't that nice, but not highly dangerous. So it's kind of like an investor special. I don't know if you'd want to raise your family here, but if you wanted to invest or if you just wanted a dirt cheap property, this is under $100,000, $59,000. Property taxes, again, only $600 a year. In Melbourne Beach, we'll take a drive around the community and give you a little bit of perspective here. But you really, you couldn't beat that price. I'll show you the back here of it too. You just cannot. That's like nowadays for $59,000. That is so cheap. Look at the back of the property here. This is not all the back of the property. I believe the property line ends somewhere around this palm tree here. But if you look here, look this back here, that's the greenhouse. That's it. So I believe you have like 50 feet or so in the back of that house. So again, $59,000, even if the house was a complete gut job, that's decent. Now let's take a look in the surrounding community. Now, as you get further back here, this is not your property. This is someone else's. I believe it's vacant land. See, that's also for sale. So someone could build eventually behind you. But like you say, these houses by here are not that nice, but I don't get a sense of high crime. I do get a sense of lower middle class. Not dirt poor poverty, but not full strong middle class. So, again, it's kind of like an investment, kind of like maybe a long-term play. But I would say you're going to have to want to live here, or you're going to want to fix it up and rent it out. Like, look at this little cute house here right on the corner. This is a nice house. So there's a lot to be said for that. I think a little further down, though, there's some apartments, multifamilies that may or may not be that nice. It all depends. So this is early in the morning. So when you visit a property, you want to go early in the morning, you want to go midday, and you want to go at night. You want to do that several times. And then obviously you want to look online and know the data. See, here are like single-story apartments. You'd have to come around here at night to see how good or bad this is. But again, for $59,000, you really can't buy anything in America that cheap, without it being in the total middle of nowhere. So this is, like I say, 5 minutes to downtown Melbourne. Melbourne is known for the Space Coast, which is the NASA program now taken over by Elon Musk, now called SpaceX. You have Harris Defense Corporation. Like any decent-sized place, you have hospitals. So, what would you do for a job? Well, if you're not going to work for SpaceX, maybe you work in a hospital. Maybe you're a nurse. There's always any place needs a tradesman, plumber, electrician. Every place needs house cleaners. Every place needs security job officers. Every place needs maintenance techs. Every place needs some IT people. Every place needs public works people. Every place needs secretaries. It's like, that you just got to remember, every place needs some of the basic functions that everything in society needs. Now, some places are more vibrant than others. This is not that vibrant. Again, it's an industrial feel. Melbourne is not big money. There's some pockets that are bad. There's a lot of pockets that are just middle class. There's some that retirees. Again, what I like about this is it's on the corner here. And, that's a highway there that will take you to downtown Melbourne. It's on the corner here. And it looks like, other than this one neighbor right here to your left, which is like another little junk house, you don't have much going on. Eventually, I guess they can build in front of you, right? But you have a street separating, so that's your neighbor, which is not a bad house either. Single family house. This is the side of your house here. Okay, and I don't have the exact property line, so I don't know where it starts and ends. Now, this would be the side of your house, and again, the house needs to be power washed, the steps need to be replaced, etc. But for a single family house, this is it right here. For $59,000, you just can't beat it in today's times. But you can beat it with regards to location. This location may not be ideal for you, okay? Let's go by Melbourne, the downtown Melbourne area. We're going to go a little bit into the sun here as I try to figure out how do you get out of here. So it comes down to location, I mean, would you want to live there? I mean, because if you just want to live dirt cheap, then, I mean, you can find anywhere that's dirt cheap. You just don't want to be in a high crime area. I'm sure this area has some crime, probably more towards vandalism, theft, and petty things like that. But, again, I've been in a lot worse neighborhoods, at least on feel. There's a cemetery across the street, so that's something that will never get redeveloped, at least in medium to short term. So, I don't know. It's like there are deals to be had. Now, a deal like that would probably be a cash deal. You could get loans, personal loan, which would be a higher interest rate. But when you're dealing with properties, close to $50,000, sometimes banks won't loan on properties, definitely less than 50. It's hard to get a mortgage on. So when you're dealing with something like that, either you're going to have to do a cash only deal or you're going to have to do a personal loan deal, something of that nature. So this is US 1 too, and I know the sun is a little bit glaring. We don't get good perspective, but I want to at least make a right here to take you to downtown Melbourne. So what I'm doing is sparking some thought. I'm giving you some information. And again, with Realtor.com, with Zillow.com, you can get more information. You don't want to just look at the house. You want to look at the surrounding area. You want to look at the job market. So the house itself, you know what it is pretty much. The surrounding area is an industrial, lower income area, but not necessarily high crime area. It's situated well with regards to being 10 minutes from the Atlantic Ocean, 5 minutes from downtown Melbourne. So you're within proximity of an ocean, of downtown, of supermarkets, of hospitals. For the job market, again, if you're a nurse, again, if you're a maintenance tech, again, if you're a tradesman, if you clean houses, how much do you need to support a $59,000 house with property taxes under $1,000? Not much. So you could easily have two people live in that house. One cleans houses, the other one is a car mechanic at Tire Express, and you'd be able to live a decent, good life. If you're one person, you could do DoorDash and Uber and make those payments, okay? But the problem's going to be with something that low, I got a guy beeping at me, is that you're not going to be able to get a mortgage, probably, because it's such a low price. See, this is all the front. I don't know if that, there's a railroad track right there. That's the other negative, okay? So there is a railroad track within probably about 100 yards or probably 50 yards of your front door. Okay, so you're going to hear that railroad. Again, you're in an industrial area. But that's what you get for that price. If that house was in a nice area on a cul-de-sac, that house would be, $250,000. So it'd be triple, quadruple. Everything is relative to the location, etc. But overall, that has a lot to offer. And that's why I want to make the video. We're on Route 1 right now, facing south. Right up this street is downtown Melbourne, where you can go to shops, restaurants, etc. Or you can make a left and you can go over a bridge and you could be at the ocean. The Indiana Atlantic Ocean is right across the bridge, Satellite Beach, and of course Melbourne Beach itself. Again, so you got to find out where you want to live, number one, and you do that through research and through visiting at least a few times, and even living in the area for a year or so. Then once you find out where you want to live, okay, then you want to understand the economics of the area to make sure you can support yourself. And then you just want to enjoy your life, okay? It's very basic, but what happens is many people are caught in an algorithm where they get out of high school, okay, maybe they do too much college, not enough working, then they get into a relationship, they have one kid, then they're tied into the area they grew up. They have to work a certain job because they got to support a kid, they got to support their debt. And then they're in their 30s and 40s and they realize, I want to live somewhere else, I want to do something else, and that's very hard because now you're already entrenched in the system. To my younger people with no children, you got the world by the balls. Take care of your health. When you get to your mid to late 20s, stop eating out, focus on your health, focus on your career, okay? And then when you've mastered self-care, add a house, add a relationship if you want. But if you can't take care of yourself, you damn sure can't take care of a house, can't take care of kids. It doesn't mean that love won't cover a multitude of things, but it means your life will be harder than it needs to be, okay? So try to catch yourself when you're young. If you're older, simplify your life and pick up side hustles. That's how you get ahead. Pay down your debt, do basic stuff, okay? And so, this is a Starbucks right across the street. Again, you can get anything you want. We're just about outside of Melbourne Beach downtown area. But either way, if the videos help you, click the thumbs up. If you want to support the channel, click the blue join button. I go live every night, God willing. You get unlimited live access, custom badge, custom emojis. Thank you to all my members. Check out my playlist about moving to Florida. They're on my channel. Go to my playlist tab about moving to Florida, the simple life, living the nomad life, a variety of topics, okay? Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.